People that send us mail will get an out of office, or not an out of office, they'll get a non-deliverable email. So they'll know that it didn't get delivered. Some people's email may try and resend it, but we're telling people that just during this time, you can't guarantee that you'll get that email. And we'll talk a little bit more about that as we move forward. On this website, oh my gosh, that's really loud. Turn it on. Once you get to the website, yeah, that's good. The key part that you want to look for, especially when you get home, is the supporting documents. That's what's going to help you reconnect a lot of your devices. All your phones and cell phones and tablets will have to have the switch if you're checking your work email, because your email account will just be in a new location. Email address stays the same. There's no change to that. Anybody who's emailing you before will still get to you. It's just the place where Outlook looks for your mail is just a little bit different, or whatever mail client you're using. And as soon as we get close to that date, all the support documents you need for Android, for iOS, anything you might need will be there to help out. So we picked 4 big topics that people have asked about. Email is one of them, as you can see. And we want to let you know how you're going to be impacted by these. If you have questions about other products, let me know, and we can chat with you after this, because everything else is a little different and it's circumstantial. The big thing for Outlook email that you need to remember is all your emails will go. You don't have to worry about anything. Your calendars go, your emails go, stuff will just be there for you. The only big change for you will be how you log into it. Faculty and staff will just use starid@minstate.edu. Anywhere for 365 or Office 365, nowhere else. Computer logins stay the same. Log into any other system or third party that you've been using your Star ID with will stay the same. The only time it's different is if you're dealing with Office 365 and its system. So it's not a change to anything else. E-services still will work. Everything that you have access to, with the exception of this, will be perfectly fine. The password does not change. Students are slightly different. They have a Go in front of the minstate.edu, and that's just to differentiate a student account to a faculty or staff account. Once this transition is over, we'll be sending information out to everybody, saying how long the system was down, what went on, and if there's anything you need to know, so you'll be able to do that. And one other thing that we're doing to help everybody is all faculty, staff, and students are going to get a little postcard in the mail while you're not here, reminding you, because this happens right before the holiday weekend, we thought it would be really nice to send something out to the homes to help everybody remember. So OneDrive, that's often another question. Everything transfers over. You don't have to worry about anything. It'll just move for you. There's only a couple of things that you need to remember. One is after the 15th of December, you don't want to make dramatic changes. Those will come, but they'll come a little bit later after the move. And then I think the most important one, but very little impact, is if you are using links that you got from the file and sent to somebody to share it, those links will break. They're pointing to the wrong place. Sharing still works. If they log in and look at what's shared with them, they still have access to it. Everything else works. It's just that one link that's buried in their email that won't work anymore. So it doesn't change anything. It just makes it a little more difficult if somebody happened to bookmark the link to whatever file they were working on. Teams, there's Microsoft Teams. It's a product that's used to bring people together. It's used for search committees. It's used for meetings. You name it. Lots of stuff on here. Usually it uses a OneNote, which is kind of a note-taking tool for Microsoft, and has a big area for files. All that transfers over. The only thing that doesn't within Teams is there's a conversation piece where you can just kind of chat back and forth and leave notes for each other. That does not transfer, but we can help you do that. It doesn't do it automatically, but it can be manually done. So if you have a question or want some help with that, you can reach out to the Solution Center and they can help you with that. Oh, one last thing. Your team name will change. Whatever you might have named yourself, we have to differentiate ourselves from the rest of the system since we're all on one email now. So every team name will have MSU dash in front of it. So that'll be just a change that you'll notice. Nothing else will change. Permissions will stay the same, everything else. And then the other question is often about Word, Excel, PowerPoint. All these things will work during the transition, after the transition. The only challenge, the only thing you have to remember, it's not even a challenge, is that sometime within 30 days of this, you'll be asked to re-authenticate using your Star ID at midstate.edu just for licensing with the office, and that's it. It'll just ask you one time, and once you've done it, it shouldn't ask you again. So what can you do now? There are a few things that we're asking people to do. Ideally, your computer is up to date with its operating system, so Windows 10 or Mac OS, High Sierra or Mojave, whatever operating system you use. And then we want you to have a minimum of Office 2016 in order to get all of the features and have all of the usability that you'd have with 365 products. So we can do some not new, but very much used more now, is we can go to your office and re-enter your computer for you. You don't have to take it to us. You don't have to set it up for any other. You don't have to bring it to us. We'll come, set it, get it going, and come back and check on it when it's done. And it just takes between 1 to 3 hours. And if you want to do that and set up a time, just call the Solution Center and we'll schedule a time and a technician will come over and help you out. Remember the website, that's important. And then also on the right-hand side, you'll see the 6654 and the IT Solutions email addresses. Actually, the IT Solutions email addresses. One thing that we do recommend with the email signature is, hey, if you're sending emails for the next couple of weeks, let's put something on there and let the people know that are maybe going to respond to these emails. So here's an example, and this will be on the website. Of what you could say at the bottom of your email, and just let people know, hey, I won't be able to reply during this time, and I may miss your email, so you may want to just either wait or try to email me a little bit later. And then it's just time for questions. That's very simple, right? Nothing.
So some websites that I work with have a contact, which usually goes directly to my email. Well, I have to worry about any of the website links.
Whether you click on it and just to send you an email? No. Your email address stays the same. Your email address doesn't change at all. So as long as it sends it.
Complaining about parking or something, they're still going to get me?
Yes, and I don't know if that's good or bad for you. He's wondering if on a web page that where people would click to send him an email, if that would still work. And of course it would, because your email address doesn't change. And I don't think you maybe want all those parking emails, but you'll still get them. Anybody else have a question? Yeah.
If someone sends us an email, say on December 21st, is it sent and we just can't get access to it until the 23rd, or does it not actually get to our inbox?
It doesn't actually get to us. The email addresses don't exist until they get moved over, which will be close to the 23rd. They should get an email saying, hey, this wasn't deliverable. But it won't be delivered for you. Yeah.
Can you talk about group email addresses? You know, like in the School of Nursing, we have graduate nursing at mnsu.edu. Is there some kind of issue with that?
The group addresses should move over. I think the only thing is they add the MSU dash to them. I don't know.
It depends.
They may add a MSU dash, but all the team stuff, all of that group stuff, email will move over to the new system. And everybody who had access to it before will have access to it faster.
I thought I understood from Paul that since the domain was changing from Mankato to the larger system, that anything going to Mankato, like our group one for graduate nursing, now is going to be different because it doesn't go to us, it goes to this system.
I'm not sure. Maybe we can talk about this afterwards, but that it should stay the same, and it should access the same, and there should be no difference. Anybody else?
My man mail is transferred to a Hickory Tech account. How does that work?
Are you a current faculty or staff member or student?
Student.
Students can still continue their FAT 4 in addition. I think it's still there after we move. But faculty and staff, redirecting of their emails isn't going to be happening anymore with some Minsky rules and things. But as a student, everything should stay the same for you and no forward.
And because you're my mother-in-law, I will help you.
Okay, thanks, Dan.
I will say though, you will still be down during that same period of time. So it will not be forwarded during that period of time. So even though you're forwarded, it will not function during that
Okay.
downtime.
If you have a contact list or distribution list, let's say 30 names, that won't change either.
It should stay the same.
And more fundamental is why are we doing this?
So the reason that we're moving into the system is because the way that things integrate together with D2L and other things, if we're under one big roof within Minsky, it works together better. Plus, we have so many students going between schools. They can have multiple email addresses kind of going to the same place. And so you can take different classes all over the place and make it very easy for you to transfer between schools, if that makes sense. Yeah.
I have the save links protection or something like that takes links currently and makes them unreadable. And is that going to continue?
Say things will continue. That's a Microsoft product that makes sure that. So people are asking when you send emails. I should say these all out loud. When you send emails with a link in it, or somebody sends you one from the outside the university, it will suddenly assign a whole new address that's kind of very long to it. It's in the background, you barely see it. But that's Microsoft going through and making sure that it's a normal site, it's not a virus. And that is just a protection that's built into the system. So yes.
Is there a way to say?
I don't know the answer, but I know.
No. It's called advanced threat protection. That's the way we're protecting the threats by you clicking on something that it would resolve itself and ultimately cause us to have damage. And so we've turned that feature on, and that feature will stay on. Now, whether or not we can make it work a little easier as far as being able to share that link and have it work better, yes, there are some improvements from Microsoft coming, but we're not going to turn off that protection. It saved us probably a lot of money and a lot of big challenges we had. Many times our system had been breached prior to putting that in. This now has stopped basically all of our phishing kind of attempts that people that use this for. So, and the threats are increasing, and so we have to put more and more protections in it. It makes it a little less convenient to us, but talk to people who are threatening us, not the ones that are trying to protect you.
I've just received, as I'm subscribing to lists, and sometimes URLs are included, and I just redirect some of those emails to private accounts. It makes it difficult to manage.
Happy to talk to you offline about it if you have a specific question, but it is a really broad and specific protection we put in place, and thankfully it's working.
Will we have less spam or more spam?
No change.
I don't think you'll see any change. It's going to be the same. Microsoft. We're in Microsoft's world anyway. We're just moving to a little bit different part of the Microsoft world. So there's no big changes on that. For spam, that was a question. Will we see more or less spam? Anything else? Don't be shy. Yeah.
I thought I read in an email that when we logged into D2L, we would have to use the Min State login at least once. Is that correct, or?
No, you just use your star ID and password just like you would normally. That was it. Asked them if you log into D2L if it would be a different, at least one time than that. No, same stuff. No change on that. Anything else? Anyone else? We're here for you.
D2L login doesn't change, and D2L does not go down during this period of time. It just continues to run. That's the email we sent out yesterday, listing all the services are staying up and running during this, and D2L is one of them. No change to D2L, and it doesn't go down during this downtime.
Same with these services, which is the other question that a lot of people had. It will all work perfectly fine in the background. Anything else? Well, if you don't have more questions, feel free to leave. We'll be up here for a minute, so if you have something you didn't want to ask the broader group, please come on down and we'll sit with you and help you on anything specific that you might have. Otherwise, I'll give you some time back in your day and have a wonderful weekend, I guess. It's coming soon.